Hello, how are you? Lucas here, and I'm going to show you how I created or improved my last adventure, text-based adventure game. So I added some monsters in the game that are randomly generated around the map, and they are read from a text file. Then I have puzzles in the game, and you can save the game as well, the checkpoint save and full game save. So I will start by demoing the game and the changes in the game, and then I will be talk about the code. So I start the game, it's the same as before, except that now you can start from a save or start a new game. So I'm going to start a new game. I enter my name, and you've seen that before in my last video, so I'm not gonna be really talking about this and read all of the text. I'm just going to skip through it, that we don't spend too much time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick the leaf, and I'm going to go to dock, and as you can see, there was a bandit on the road that attacked you. So what I want to do is I want to try and run away, but I couldn't escape the battle. So there is 50% chance that there will be a bandit on the road, and 50% chance that you can run or fight, basically. Now I'm going to just press 1 and fight him. I added myself some damage that I speed up the video as well, then I can change the numbers back. So I kill the capos, I got 100 experience, and I get the health potion to get some of that lost health back. Now after that scary encounter arrived in dock. What I want to do, I want to pick the net, and I want to go to market, and what I want to do is here I want to pick the PMV and pick the crate, and I want to now I'm going to show you the quick save, that it will reset some of the objects that are not important, and they will be reset back to the states that they will be back in the rooms. So I'm going to quick save the game. Quick save the game. I have the quick save the game. Now I quick this, and I start from my save, and I can see that I'm back in the market, and the objects that are not important, like crate and PMV, they're back on the floor there. So I can show you that I have them in inventory as well, and they're back on the floor. And if I go to dock, I try to run away from a bandit, I couldn't again, so I'm just going to kill him, and I got another 100 experience. I leveled up, and my current level is 2, and I got 100 bonus to my maximum health. So there was also implemented the experience and level up for the player. So if I'm showing you my stats, my maximum health now is 600, and I have 412. So I also improved on that. So now if I'm going to use my potions that I got from killing the bandits, I'm going to slowly gain my health. As you can see, it's 512, and I'm going to use my another potion, and I'm full on health, so I cannot go over the limit. That is my maximum health. Now I want to go to forest, and as you can see, leaf was important object because it's giving you a bonus health, so it's not on the floor anymore, and I can show you that I have it in inventory. That's for the quick save. Now also, if I run away from a battle, from a bandit, the position will be saved. So if I want to go again to the area, I have to fight him. So I try to do that now really fast. So go to dock, go to forest. There was a bandit, and I was faster than a bandit. So now if I go and save the game, now I'm going to do the full save, that you can see that all the objects are gone. And also if I go back to forest, so there will be a saved bandit there waiting on me. So I'm going to run a game again from a save. I'm going to, you see there is no objects in the forest, but it was before, there was no before any objects as well. But if I go to dock now, I tried to run away from this one as well. No, I couldn't escape the battle, so I killed him. Now show the inventory, and as you can see, I didn't pick up the net last time because I have already one net, so the objects that I didn't pick up, they stay on the floor for full save. But if I pick it up now and I do a full save, now the net will be gone. But I'm going to go to forest, and as you can see, there's the enemy you run away from waiting on you on the same road. Now you don't have a choice of escaping because the enemy was waiting. I'm going to attack it and kill it, and I got another 100 experience. Now I'm back in the forest and I want to go to dock, and as you can see, there is no objects. Now I'm going to do a full save game again, and I start from dock, and you can see that there is nothing on the floor there. The floor is empty. Now I can go and show you I first type help. The new keywords that you can use is a save, quick save, and solve. Solve is for puzzles. So if I'm going to type solve, it picks me a random puzzle, and my random puzzle was tic-tac-toe. There are 3 random puzzles that you be chosen from, one of them, and you're playing against computer. So do I want to first move? I say yes. I'm just going to type between 0 and 8. So 0, 2. I'm losing it anyway. So and a computer 1. I just press enter, and I still get a health potion for playing the minigame. So if you need and you're low on on your health, you just go and play some minigames, get some of the health potions, and get the health back, and you can continue with playing. Now I'm going to talk about the code behind the game because I think so I showed you everything that there was possible. Also, I show you the files where are the saves for the game stored in. So I'm just going through all of the files that I don't skip anything and go one by one. This one was the random function that I showed you last video. This didn't change, this didn't change. These ones are the added games. So there is artillery, hangman, and tic-tac-toe that you can be playing as a minigame inside of my RPG game. Now there is the enemy class. It has few changes. So now I can save the enemy, and it's just basically save the player because this inherits from player, and just add the position. If I'm saving the enemies and I run away from some enemy, it saves the position. So if I run away from enemy and I was going to forest, the enemy will be waiting in the forest, basically on the road to the forest. Load enemy save, same as this, just load the position as well. And get position if I need it, set the position if I need it, and print position, that was just for testing. This didn't change, that is the same as in last game. This didn't change as well. Now loaded enemies. This is the class that holds all the enemies for my game inside of the vector of enemies, basically. These are just function if I will need them, but I don't think so I use them. Now get any enemy, that just if I want the random enemy on the road. So I show you the function for generating random enemy. What it does, generates random number between the 0 and size of the vector and puts that enemy on the road, basically, and you can fight it. Load enemies, simple function that loads all enemies into the game. Now be careful, I had a little book. This happens because while it's not end of file, it will be still looping. So it creates enemy with no name, but I don't want to load that enemy with no name, which is like a basic enemy. So I just skip that one and load all the enemies that I have with names. Now I save enemies, simple, just saves all enemies. print all enemies, that is just for testing if you want to see the printouts. Check for save, that is we check if we have any enemy that we run away from and is waiting on the road, so run away from last time basically. Then checks for the safe ones. And as you can see, there is the printout. There is the enemy on. There is the enemy you run away from waiting on you on the same road. This just gives me the saved enemy, gives me the pointer to the saved enemy, and I can fight it. Now loaded games, very simple class as well. Just holds a vector of strings. The names of the games that are loaded from a file. Actually, I can show you the file of that. So just give me a second. Possible games. As you can see, there is nothing in the file, just 3 games. If I delete now one, I'll be chosen randomly between 2 games. If I delete 2 games, I will be chosen only 1 game. If I delete all 3 games, there is the tic-tac-toe as the last function. And also the enemies file, I can show you how it looks. Enemies file is has a name, health, maximum health, armor, attack, all of the stats that you need, experience that the enemy gives if you kill it. I can make, if I want some changes, I make some enemy harder and give more experience for the player. Just easy changes in this file if I need to. Next is the loaded objects. So it loads all the objects from the file as it was doing before, but now it also saves them, and I show you the loaded object file, or basically saved object file, and as you can see, it's sorting them into inventory. If I save the game and the object was in inventory, it will be in inventory. So it has another stat or boolean if it is important. If it's object important, it has yes, it's important, it's true. So it won't be refreshed on a quick save, but it will be gone. It stays only in inventory. Load all objects, very simple function, loads all the objects. I was experimenting here with the load object parts, so basically what is static and what is changing, but I didn't use it because I was saving it into one file anyway. Sort all objects, sorts the objects where they are, so if the objects are in inventory, when you save the game, loads them back into inventory. When they were in equipped, loads them into equipped. Nowhere means that the object doesn't exist in the game basically, but it's in the loaded objects and I can use it. So like for example the potion that I'm giving the player after he kills the monster. Set where it is. If I need to change the object's location, I'm gonna set it. So this is the add potion after battle with clone. Why with clone? Because I'm giving the player a potion. I'm just giving him the clone. Clone the object. Now I have 2 potions. When I'm saving it back into file, I'm gonna save 2 potions. If I give him more, it's 3, 4, 5, as many as I need. Remove object. If player uses the object and it's not anymore needed to be saved, I just gonna remove the objects. Get the object by name if I need to get the object and save something or change something in it. Save all objects, very simple. Quick save. Now that's the 2 different saves. One is just basically saving everything as it should be, and the quick save, if the object is not important, then I'm going to restore it. If it's important, I just leave it where it was. Print that object just for testing purposes. In a map, I don't think so I have any changes. Now in my objects, in the loading objects and saving objects, there is the important, is not important. In my player, now there is a few things that I added to my player, as goes with experience and max health. As you can see, maximum health, it's added to the player, and when he levels up, it's gonna be increased. add experienced. So basically there is an enum amount. Sorry, that's the amount of the experience that the monster gives to the player. Get experience, that's just get experience. Check for level up. Now this is the enum. So there is the levels 1, 2, 3, and health bonus is in enum as well. So you just change it on one place and it changes automatically in all these if statements. So it's very handy. Get current level just gives me the current player's level. In a room I didn't change anything. In a parser, of course, I had to change a few things. So now you have to also pass the loaded enemies into parser, because you're gonna be choosing from them on the loaded objects as well. The functions that I added was loaded enemies and the puzzles as well. Now the worlds that I support are also quick save. And it says you have quick save the game. Quick save is the function that saves all of the objects, player, map, or enemies. Solve. So if I type solve, basically load random puzzle game, and save is here. You have saved the game, so keep the track of all objects. And this is resets, not important ones. Now in a Go, there is the fighting part. So check for a fight. It's gonna be later in the later files. It takes the player, all enemies, all objects, and basically the place where you want to go. And then if there was a fight, it gives you a printout. After that scary encounter, you arrived in the forest or dock or wherever you want to go. Added items. They're all loaded now from file, so I just need when the player pick up like the golden armor, when he opens the crate, it's loaded from file and just need a name now. Load functions, there is few functions added in load functions. So set up new game, that's if he starts the new game. Set up loaded game, that when he starts from load, from saved game. What it does is basically reads from a different file, so saved objects, saved room position, and that's about it. So it's basically reading from the saved file. There it loads the new player, loads the saved player, also the different files, and also load enemies and load saved enemies. Load the possible puzzles as well, so all different kind of the loads. I could basically specify them just by string and what file I want to load, but this was easier for me to work with, so that's why I made separate functions for all of them. It was also more readable when I was going through a code. This is from last time as well. And then the save game, it saves all the contents of a game at its current state into the files that I'm going to load later from a saved game. So saved objects, saved player, save room position, save enemies. Save room position, I also can show you, it's nothing, it's just one word in it, the position that player is currently in. Quick save, that's same, it just basically calls the different save option for the quick save. Now for my logos nothing changed, for my menu nothing changed. Now arena main app, there is a few changes in here. So there is the fight enemy option that was added. So I start by check for fight is here. I start by this and then I continue as it goes. I create a enemy and it puts the chose random enemy into the enemy reference. I choose random number and I get the chosen enemy from the random number. As you can see, all enemies get all enemies size -1. And then if I check for save and there was a saved enemy, so check for save is true, I get the saved enemy and I have to basically face it and fight the saved enemy. Or if there was no save, I have 50% chance to find enemy, so it's 0 or 1. There was no enemy on the road, and if there was a bandit on the road. Now I check for run, so there is the check for run. You want to run or fight? Yes, I want to run. 50% chance for a run. I was faster, I escaped. No, I couldn't escape. And if the check for a run was true, so I escaped. Enemy, random enemy that was generated, I set the position because I escaped to the enemy, so I have to save it now. And in other way, I have to fight the enemy. Now if I fight the saved enemy, I'm going to restore the position when I kill the enemy, that the enemy is nowhere again. In arena options, there is nothing new. Set console window, there is nothing new, and the main app, I have two options now. I can start from save or start from a new game. Also in arena main app, if I'm going to check the fight enemy, oh, it's on the top, I didn't show you this one. So it's basically a fight option, same as the last time, until the player is dead. If he is due, until the enemy is dead, and then I killed it. If I die, then basically if player is dead, then the game exits. Then experience, you got experience, of course every enemy gives you experience, and then when you level up, there is the maximum level that you gonna get increased. And I think so I showed you everything. This is the game loop that was done last time, and it's everything as it should be, just the parser input. Also, instead of just creating the player and map, now I need loaded objects, loaded enemies, and loaded game as a storage for all the parts that are loaded into a game. In my player, saved player, as you can see, it saves the name, saves the health, say maximum health, armor, attack, block, level, and the experience. Rest of the game parts are same. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.